Hello, hello, hello. Thank you for tuning into my channel today. Today, we're going to talk about the pros and cons of a relocation tour. Do you really need a relocation tour to come to Panama? If that's something that you're interested in, then stick around. I'm going to talk to you about that. And if you're new here, welcome. My name is Mary Golf. My channel is all about empowering, supporting, and encouraging Black women over 50 to live their best lives. So if this is something that you're interested in, please hit the like and subscribe and don't go anywhere. So let's get right into it. So I run a Facebook community here called Black Women Expats here in Panama, which I'll put the description in this video. And there's been lots of conversations about relocation tours. Should you take one? Is this one better than that one? On and on. So let's talk about a relocation tour and whether or not you should take one if you're going to come to Panama. Let's talk about some of the pros of the relocation tour. Okay, so some of the pros are you have a structured itinerary. Okay, most of the relocation tours are like all inclusive, all in one packet. You're going to get your hotel accommodations, you're going to have your itinerary, you're going to know where you're going, everything is planned out for you. You're going to have some access to some experts that's probably going to tell you a little bit about Panama. You might have a real estate expert to show you some different apartments in Panama. So you're going to meet other people that have the same thing in common. You guys are both looking to relocate to Panama. So you're going to network with other people. So those are, excuse me, some of the pros that you're going to encounter if you decide to do a relocation tour. Now, some of the cons of that relocation tour is most of them are pretty pricey. So you're going to have a huge, depending on your budget, medium to huge financial investment for your relocation tour. Okay. The itinerary might not be something that you're 100% interested in. It's going to be lack of flexibility. So you're not going to be able to decide where you're going, whatever's on those itinerary, wherever those cities are, even if you have no interest in it, then that's where you're going to be going. Okay. Um, Also, some of the cons are, let's see, I'm looking at my list here. We talked about the cost. Also, the group size, depending on, it could be like a very large group and you're not getting any individual, questions because the group is so large. And pretty much one of the biggest cons is a one size fits all. So your particular criteria is not taken into consideration. Everybody basically is shown the same thing, the same topics. It's all, geared to just one particular ideal or feeling or structure or whatever. So it's not based on individuals, it's for the total group. So one size fits all. Okay. So let's talk about some pros and cons of doing a relocation tour on your own. And then we'll talk about how to do one on your own. Okay, so some of the pros, of course, you're not going to have that huge financial investment. You can use that money to hire your own private driver who's going to take you to exactly where you want to see. For instance, if you're not interested in living in the beach and you want to just focus on the city, your driver can just take you to stuff in the city. Vice versa, if you don't want to live in the city and you want to go to the beach, your driver can take you to the beach. So you can have your own personalized itinerary, which is a pro. Of course, we talked about the money. It's going to be a whole lot cheaper, much more economical to do it on your own. Um, you can decide, let's see, and also it's going to be your own personal experience, okay? So you'll be able to interact on a more personal level with whether they're the locals or whether they're real estate experts, whatever experts, you're going to have a more personalized experience. So those are some of the pros. Okay. So some of the cons of doing it on your own is that you're not going to have, you're going to have to do some planning. All right. So if you're don't want to do any research, don't want to do anything on your own, just want to be led with a group, not think about anything, then you might want to do a tour. But if you want to put a little planning in it, okay, then you can do it on your own. All right. So you're going to have to take some planning, whether or not it's research, whether it's not it's calling your drivers or sending them a text through WhatsApp, whether it's not it's meeting other women in the group to, hey, let's get together and do this tour together. Finding your own accommodation. Those are things you're going to have to do on your own if you do a relocation tour on your own. Now, I don't consider those cons. I look at those as pros, okay? Because listen, Panama is not that complicated. Um, another con might be, oh, I don't speak Spanish. There's plenty of people that speak English here. You can hire a driver that speaks English, and that can be your person while you're here. This is not Mars. It's not that complicated. And sometimes we're like, oh my gosh, it's in Panama. How do I book a hotel? When you travel to anywhere else, how do you book a hotel? It's the same concept. Utilize our group, Black Women Expats in Panama, as a resource. Say you're looking for a hotel, go to hotels.com, go to TripAdvisor, get in a group. Hey, ladies, I'm thinking about coming there next month. Anybody else want to come? Anybody want to rent an Airbnb with me? Get a large Airbnb, split the cost. You can save money that way. Okay. Hey, I'm hiring a driver. He has a van. He can take 4 people. Do you ladies want to split the cost with me? All these things can be done, okay, together, or you can do it all individually and still come out a whole lot better on a financial end and a much more personalized experience based on what you want to do and what you want to see while you're here in Panama. So, my personal advice, I've been here in Panama for 2 years. So I think I know a little bit something. And way before Panama, I've traveled and lived all over the world. So I'm used to traveling. Of course, I did not use a relocation company. I came here on my own. I'm going to do a complete video on tips you can use for your scouting trip, okay, to make it a whole lot easier for you. That's a whole separate topic. Right now, we're talking about should you take a tour, should you not take a tour. My vote is don't. I don't think you need to. Matter of fact, I know you don't need to. I know we have a lot of experts here in Panama, but I'm just telling you it's not that complicated. A little research on your own. Use our group as a resource, Black Women Expats in Panama. We have drivers listed. We have realtors listed. We have we have interviews. I did interviews on my channel about neighborhoods here in Panama. Look at those interviews to get an idea. I want to empower you, okay, with the resources to make the best decisions for you so your money can go further. You can use that money for something else. But if you say, you know what, Mary, I don't want to do anything on my own, I just want it all laid out, and you go do that. But if you don't, if you want to have a more personalized, authentic experience, seeing where you want, contacting a realtor saying, hey, this is the kind of place I'm looking for. This is my budget. What can you show me while I'm in town? So you're not seeing stuff that you're not interested in. You're seeing stuff only that you're interested in. So it's not that complicated, folks. You can do this on your own. And if you don't want to do it on your own, grab somebody in a group. That's what this group is all about. There's a lot of activities going on in our chat. Let people know when you're coming. Get together, pull your resources together, and do it. And even if you don't want to do it with any other person, you want to do it on your own, you're still going to come out a whole lot better, okay? Because it's going to be your own experience. You're not going to be going to places that you don't want to do. And you can always meet people here in Panama. People are members of all kinds of expat groups. So the group dynamic will not be lost because you can attend a meetup while you're here. And if there's no scheduled meetups, you can just say, "Hey, I'm going to be here the week of blah blah blah. Who wants to meet for lunch?" And meet other expats in our group. There's always women that are here willing to meet you. So, pros and cons of taking a relocation tour, I've talked about those. You make your decision, it's really up to you. But my vote is you don't need it. Panama's not that big. And here's the thing, you're not going to see everything the first time you come. There's no way you can see everything. There's no way somebody can tell you everything about Panama. And if they're saying that they can, then that's not the truth. Some of the stuff you're just going to learn by being here, doing your own research, and that's just how it is. No one can tell you exactly how it's going to be for you living in Panama because we all have our own experiences. We all have our own life stories that we are bringing with us when we come. So the only thing someone can do is, "Hey, look at this place. Hey, look at that." But telling you how it's going to be, no, you can't do that. And I'm not even going to try to do that because that's just crazy. Okay. What I'm trying to do is let you know I'm empowering you that you can make these decisions. You don't have to do it because everybody else is doing it. Okay. You can decide how you want to spend your money and where you want to spend it on. Only thing you have to do is find accommodations, get a realtor to show you some apartments while you're here, get a driver who speaks English, who can take you around different neighborhoods, and who can take you to other places. Say if you want to go to a mall, you want to go to a grocery store, what you want to go, give you recommendations for restaurants. You can get all of that stuff from expat groups. You can attend other meetups. So all of these things can happen outside of the boundaries of a group tour. You can get the same thing for a fraction of the cost. This is my personal experience, my personal opinion. Do with it as you will. I am just sharing information that I think will be helpful to you to help you make the best decision for you. All right. So stay tuned for my detailed video about how to come here on a scouting trip, how to prepare for a scouting trip, tips once you're here. I'm going to do a very detailed video about that. But today, I just wanted to touch on the relocation tours, pros and cons. So if this content is helpful to you, please like, subscribe, make sure you share because there's tons of information that I want to share with you to help your relocating, your transition, your soft landing a whole lot better. I want to empower you to make the best decision for yourself. And sometimes you might have to do a little research on your own. Sometimes you might have to use that search key in the group to search up the word driver. Sometimes you might have to type a question, but it's all to empower you. This is not complicated. You can do it. Make sure you hit the like and subscribe. Have a fantastic day. Thanks for watching.